right, here we go. Welcome everybody. It's been a long time. My name is Laura G. Welcome to your mat space. Today, our intention is to work through a sequence that is shoulder and wrist friendly. I have been challenged pretty much all of my yoga practitioner career with an injury I gained when I was 15 snowboarding when I broke my elbow. And so therefore it's affected my wrist and shoulder just in patterns. And sometimes it feels really great and sometimes it just feels really cranky. And it's been feeling cranky lately, so much so that our basic vinyasa class where we're doing all those high planks to low planks on our wrist, side planks, arm balances, and inversions haven't been feeling good. So I've been feeling stuck in how to move in my body and how to be embodied. And I realized we're really missing something here. So this might be the first of many to come, or maybe just the first and only video of essentially a wrist and shoulder friendly class. So if you are experiencing a loss of your practice because of a broken arm, or you have not been able to do vinyasa or much yoga because of the lack of adaptability, I'm hoping maybe you'll find something today. We will still get our heart rate up. We'll still move in ways that we know are healthy for our body, rather than just what I've also been finding is all restorative classes. And I love my restorative yoga, but I also want to move breath to movement and find ways to still sweat and still find that even and steady pace with breath in my body. And I was inspired by my mom who broke her radius and wanting to get back into yoga. And even with some HIIT classes or dance classes that move you, you can't be guaranteed that you're not going to do any plank work. And then I know about me, I end up feeling kind of bad that I can do the plank work or can't. So maybe I'll just form plank, but sometimes that doesn't feel good. So the goal today is that we are not doing anything on our hands, and even anything that's like arms out. I'll give the adaptability of hands to heart or just hands at your side. I think I set up the camera so you can see my entire body, hence Brooklyn living. So we're in a little tight quarters, but thank you for being here. I hope you've been staying safe and healthy. Let's get right to it. It might be helpful for you to have a block or a few blocks in your practice, or a strap, resistance band. If you know you need those things, grab those now. Forward fold or ragdoll is where we'll meet. And let's just hope Marcel doesn't make an appearance. He's sleeping right next to the camera, so I have no guarantees here, right? No guarantees. So ragdoll pose. Move this up a little. Bend your knees a lot. Melt your belly over your thighs. And just breathe. Start to become embodied with your breath, your body. Maybe it helps to shift your weight forward and back and forward. You know, if you do have the use of your hands, one hand, elbow, you can even bring your hands to a block to help make the earth a little closer to your hands. Once you've found movement, maybe you want some side to sides, back and forth. Just invite stillness in. Shift your weight forward. Really soften the crown of your head to the earth. As you welcome into moving and flowing and being steady with breath to meet your body where you're at today. Maybe some neck rolls side to side, back and forth. Inhale, ragdoll twist. So bend your left knee. You can leave your left hand on a block, or again, if you don't have use of your arms, bring your hands or just arms down, or bend your elbows. You can stay here, knuckle on top of knuckle, or just surrender your arms down wherever you are, right? Or if you do have the use and mobility of your right arm, you can even reach your right arm up. Soften your left ear to your shoulder, or even right hand to your low back. It's nested in. Wherever you are, breathe. Spin your chest open to the right. Again, hands can be here. Inhale. Exhale, release yourself back to center. Inhale, ragdoll twist to the left. Bend your right knee, slide your chest over to the left. You can even take your left hand, place it on your left thigh to get the traction. Just begin to explore what it would feel like. to meet yourself where you're at today. Sometimes I know for me this wing to wing span just doesn't feel good on my pecs. Plug your heels down. Take your tailbone back, lengthen your head, inhale. Exhale, release down. Bend your knees a lot. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale, peel up to stand. Exhale, bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Slide down to your left. So getting into your side bodies and the muscles of your spine, your paraspinals. Right ear to right, inhale, stand. Push your heels down, lift your chest. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Slide to the left as you bend your right knee. One more to your right. Inhale. Exhale. Other side. Glue your left ear to your shoulder. Inhale, peel up as you push your heels down to stand. Exhale, right ear to your shoulder. Slowly slide down. Two more on this side. Push your heels down to feel activation in your legs as you hug your core up and in. Maybe you take open mouth exhales because this is the first time you've been able to move without feeling restricted. But now you're held by the earth. Slowly meet yourself in your forward fold. Keep your feet wide for stability right here. Bring your hands to your chest if you've got both of them, or bring your elbows in, right? Meet yourself where you're at. Inhale, stand tall, lift your chest. Exhale, roll over. I swear I set this bad boy up. Inhale, lift up, lift your chest, expand. Exhale, roll your shoulders forward. If you have the use of both or one of your arms, you can even expand your elbows out. Hug your shoulder blades to lift your heart. Exhale. Or maybe full wing span if it feels right. Inhale, bring your arms out. Spin your palms up, lift your chest. Exhale, fold back in. One more. Push your heels down. Inhale, lift up. Roll your heart open. Stand tall. Exhale. Standing at attention. Bring your hands to heart. I'm going to face you for a moment. I'm going to ask you to get embodied into your body here before we set our intention. So just start stamping your heels on the ground. Just start moving your legs. And then get your hips into it, maybe one way, the other. Now your shoulders. Maybe it's shoulder rolls. Shake out your arms, your shoulders, your back. Maybe now get your head into it. Some rolls, right? We hold this residual tension of our fight or flight or sympathetic nervous system in the muscles of our body and our DNA. So whatever you've been holding on to, like a tree shaking the branches, ridding itself of snow, shake that snow off of you. And then start to slow down the movements, make them more compact, and find standing at attention. Bring your hands to your heart or just down at your sides, or maybe you've got use of one. Adapt it to meet your body. Plug your feet down to stand tall. What would it look like to truly stand tall? And the conviction of meeting your body where it's at. Take a breath in. Breath out. Release your arms if you brought them to heart, to your sides. So we're going to get a little hot yoga over here. Pivot your feet over to the right. Step your feet out, wider than shoulder width distance apart. Again, you can bring your hands to heart, keep your wings in. Pivot your front toes forward, warrior two. Bend your front knee. Take your back toes inward slightly. So a lot of the times we hear this cue, square your hips to the long edges of your mat. Unless you're like a crazy dancer with a crazy turnout, that's accessible, but meeting our body where we're at, take your back hip Bring it forward slightly. Now take your shoulders and square those to the long edges of your mat. Push down through your heels and out. Find a deeper lunge, right? So really work your front glute muscle as you roll the inseam of your left thigh up. Draw your core up and in. Steady your breath. Again, you can bring your wings in, hands to heart, or if you have the use of both of your arms today, extend your arms. Maybe it's one arm, right? For the longest time, one of my wings was down here, and that's okay. If you've got both arms or one arm out, spread your fingers wide, elongate. Feel your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, extended angle. So just a short one. Push down through your back heel, lean forward. Tuck your front hip crease in. Take your top hip down. Get long from your heel to head. Again, you can take both arms or perhaps your top arm's the wing that's not feeling great. You can bring it in or both hands to heart. Breathe. Roll your chest open. Find steadiness in your breath. Inhale, star pose. You can extend your arms or keep your hands to heart. Take your toes out, heels in. Exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. So pivot your toes to the back. Bend your front knee. Breathe. Find those adjustments you did on the other side. Take your back toes inwards. Let your hips stack, angle to the upper corner of your mat. Square your chest. Steady your breath. Hug your low navel up and in, and slide your tailbone and front knee more forward. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Lean your chest forward. Take your front hip crease further away from your front armpit. Again, you can bring hands to heart. Maybe this time it's the top arm that's not feeling this, or bring your arm in. Meet yourself where you are. Push down through the outer edge of your back foot. Let your top hip soften, but roll your top armpit back. Inhale, star pose, hands up or hands to heart. Exhale, horse. Slide your tailbone down. Find a little movement side to side if that feels nourishing for your body. And then find a little stillness here. Move my camera down just a little bit. Breathe. Maybe your feet are wider or closer together. Perhaps it feels better, elbows in, arms out. If you're doing that, wrap your shoulder blades together. Slide your tailbone down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's flow it. Inhale, star pose, arms up or hands to heart. Exhale, warrior two to the top of your mat. Breath in to get longer and lean forward. Exhale, extended side angle, arms up, one arm up or hands to heart. Inhale, star pose, arms up or hands to center. Exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. Hands together, art or just by your sides. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, extended angle, push down through both feet. Inhale, center. Straighten both of your legs. Exhale, walk your feet together. Pivot over to your left. Breath in. Exhale, chair pose rather. Sit back into your heels. You thought you're gonna get away without doing chair, huh? Bring your hands to heart or arms into your thighs, arms into your body. Slide your heels back. Push your heels down. Now isometrically pull them away. I recommend feet hip width distance just to work on more stability here. Lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, come up to stand. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Push your heels down, activate your glutes. Yes, we're doing a squat, oh my goodness. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep going. Sit your tailbone back. Feel this in your legs. Ignite through your glutes as you squeeze them to your hamstrings. You can also feel this while pushing your heels down into the earth. And lower. You're here for 4. Chair pose in 3. With the arms that you desire in 2. And 1. Sit back. Take a breath in. Exhale, come to stand. Leave your hands at heart. Find a hamstring curl with your right leg. Squeeze your heel to your butt. So we've ignited, I think that's a word, our legs and glutes a lot. Point your knees down. Take your ribs in together and down. Bring your hands where your body needs them. Option to stay here or handless dancers. Squeeze your heel into your butt. Trace your kneecap along towards the back edge of your mat. You can lean your torso forward. Draw your ribs in together and down. Option to stay here with your arms or almost like a half rotator cuff. Take your elbows and palms out. Wrap your shoulders together. Maybe it's with one arm or both. Hug your knees in. Inhale. Exhale, come to stand. Whew. Great work, friends. Inhale. Exhale, hamstring curl with your left leg. And again, it might have been a while since you've been doing balancing or standing. Find this essence of kindness to yourself by meeting yourself at midway where you are right now. Hug your left heel into your glute. Point your tailbone down. Stamp down through your standing leg. You can stay here or handless dancers. Shift your weight forward. Squeeze your thighs in. So it's not about flexibility, team, right here. It's about stability. Squeeze your heel in. Lean forward. You can stay here. Bring your elbows in, palms out. Roll your shoulders back. Take your shoulder blades together and down. Inhale. Exhale, standing at attention. Bring your hands to where it feels aligned with your body. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. If you've got use of your thumbs, bring your thumbs to your hip crease. Lean your chest forward. This will just assist in a deeper forward fold. Release your arms or one arm down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. You can bring your hands to heart or your shin, flat back. Exhale, tuck and curl. So again, any arm or wrist challenges, you can just wrap your elbows or elbow to the outsides of your thighs, bring your hands to heart, or if you've got use of your hands, point your fingertips, tent them into the ground. Take your chin to your chest, widen your scapula, your shoulder blades away from one another. Inhale. Exhale, lower onto your butt. Boat pose. Move my camera down because we are on the ground. You all did so great. Boat pose. Plug your heels into the earth. Again, you've got arms at body, arms to side. Push your heels down, lift your chest. Take your shoulder blades together and down. Boat twists. Twist right, center, left, center. Exhale. Exhale. Keep your chest lifted. Bring your arms wherever they need to be. Maybe they're in at center, but keep your chest lifted or at your sides. Twist from your obliques, your ribs. Just because you've got sensitive wrists or shoulders doesn't mean you need to close in. Most of the time, that's what creates the problem. So elevate your heart with your shoulder blades for 4. Hold to the right in 3. Last 2. 1, hold to your right. Bring your hands wherever they're needed. Take your left leg long. Flex your toes. Lower your leg. Lift your leg. Working on your hip flexors and your abdominals. Lift. Stay lifted in your chest for 4. For 3. Last 2. 1 more. 1 more. Oh, I felt that. Bring yourself back to center. Twist to the left. Hold, extend your right leg. Lower down. Lift up. Flex your right toes to your face. Keep your chest lifted. Activate through the front of your right thigh for 4. For 3. Last 2. 1 more, team. Exhale, lift. Crisscross your legs. Coming down from this point on. Crisscross applesauce. Bring your right shin in front of your left so that they're parallel to the long edges of your mat. Rock your sit bones side to side. Find a little lift so that you're on your sit bones, your butt bones. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, just a gentle fold. If you can, you could even take your thumbs to your hip crease. Find some movement side to side or arms at your side or arms forwards. Push your ankles down. Feel breath wide into your ribs. And release your air or tension, however it's needed. Inhale back up to center. Switch out your legs. Take your left ankle on top of your right, on top and front and forward. Just parallel rather than in. Roll your hips side to side. Find the lift. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Keep your tailbone back, so you may even need to wiggle a little side to side so that you can lengthen your chest. Sit in this moment. This moment and the perfection of what it is right here and now for you and what it's teaching you. Inhale back up. We'll take it on one more side. So cross your right ankle and shin in front of your left. Again, round your rock side to side. And just fold a little deeper this time, perhaps. Again, not about flexibility, but stability. So push your hips down and back so that you lengthen your chest. Energetically tug your knee bones away to feel the length. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, other side. Steady your breath. Widen your ribs. Inhale back up to seat. Bring your right ankle in front of your left, this time for a side body stretch. So for this time, if you've got use of your right arm, or perhaps it's just a wing to your side, stretch to your right. Right? And still no weight on your hand or your wrists, just gentle. Plug your left hip bone down with your body. I'll demo over here so that you can see me. You can keep your left arm at your side, or if you've got use of your left arm, slide it up and over. Relax your right ear to your shoulder, maybe your left hand to center, or just on your right thigh. Hold yourself somewhere. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, switch it out. Bring your left arm along the side of your body. Bend to your left. Again, you can bring your right arm up overhead. That's not feeling too great in my shoulders today. So I'm just saying, like my right hand to my left thigh. Soften your left ear. Relax your jaw. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the soles of your feet together. Take your knees wide. Rather than Baddha Konasana bound angle where your heels are close, walk them a little longer so they're almost in a diamond shape. Inhale, breath. You may want to rock your hips side to side to get more length. Exhale, fold over your legs. You can even take a block onto your feet and let your forehead soften. Let your arms rest where it feels natural. You'll feel an opening in your outer thighs, your piriformis, the muscles under your glutes, even a little bit of your glute muscles and your low back. Relax your jaw. Steady your breath. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, take your left leg long. Bring your right foot into the inseam of your left thigh for Janu Shirshasana, separate leg stretching. Again, you have to lift your butt up a little bit. Pivot to your left or in the center between your legs. If you have any sacrum issues, center is going to feel a lot better than over because that's just a little misbalanced for your sacrum. So I'm going to stay forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold over your left leg or in between your legs. Push your left heel down into the earth so that you feel that eccentric length. So it's lengthening but also strengthening at the same time. Press your right knee down. Widen your hips. Inhale back up. Exhale, switch out your legs. Take your right leg long. Bring your left foot to your inseam of your thigh. Again, arms can be wherever feels natural. If you've got use of both of your hands, you can roll your sits bones out or lean forward and it will do it for you. Inhale, lift up, either pivot between your legs or to your right thigh. Exhale, fold between your legs or over to your right thigh. This leg, I have a little more external rotation, so my toe tends to go out. Point it up, push it into the ground, and slide your right heel into the hip. Relax. Your breath, your sacrum, your low back. Find length in your chest rather than protection, and that's what we run forward. We're trying to protect. Inhale, slide your right heel in. Exhale, you're probably towards the top of your mat. I came to demo you. Bring your heels forwards. If you have a block that you want to use, bring it close to your body. Lower all the way down. You can extend your arms and try out your core strength. Walk your heels into your glutes. Point your knees up. Either leave your arms in, arms alongside your body. Inhale, bridge pose. Lift your hips and breathe. Push your heels down into the ground. Now scrape your heels to your shoulders to feel your glutes ignite. Let's do a few more of that. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push down and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push down. Keep your gaze upwards. Bring your arms again wherever feels natural. I like to bring mine under your ribs just to feel my breath. Exhale, lift. Take a few more of these bridge lifts as you feel your glutes and hamstrings ignite. And rather than squeezing them, just use them to elevate your hips for 4. Hold your bridge pose in 3. For 2. 1. Just pause. Push your forearms, triceps down to lift your chest a little more if you can. If not, use your heels to help you with that. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the earth. Bring your back down. Keep your knees where they are. And just bring attention to your breath. Slow and steady in. Slow and steady out. Legs up the wall. Flex your toes to your face. Extend your legs up. If you have the mobility in your arms to help assist bring a block underneath your sacrum, you could bring it there. If not, just extend your legs up and breathe. You can even gently use one or both hands to help your thighs. Flex your toes to your face. Steady your breath. This pose is so delicious for stimulating our parasympathetic nervous system, bringing us into rest and digest, which if you're recovering from an injury or any trauma really, it's so important that we can encourage our body to start moving more naturally into this state when it's right. This pose truly helps with that. I love it at the end of the evening or just when I've got an injury and I need to get out of my head. Inhale. Exhale, bring your heels down. Remove your prop slowly and gently if you have one. Bring your back to the earth. Again, just notice, experience. Recline figure 4. Take your right ankle over your left thigh. And if this is where you stay today, stay and really sit with it. Energetically draw your right knee forward. You can even do that if you have use of your right or your left hand. You know, you'll also see this variation with hands behind the left hamstring, which is great for the stretch, but sometimes that stresses out the fronts of my shoulders. So I'm going to stay in this one, but please feel free if that feels best for your body to do that. Again, rather than flexibility, stability today. So push your right ankle into your right thigh and use that, begin to soften up your right knee, your hip, your IT band. Again, if you've got use of your right arm and it doesn't feel too bad on your wrist, elbow, or shoulder, you can start to just roll your right thigh open. Keep your left leg where it is. Inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Use your core strength. Exhale, extend your leg up to the ceiling. Press your right hip into the socket. You can stay here. If you've got use of both or one arms or maybe a strap, you can grab the back of your hamstring. Let your head stay heavy and draw your shoulder blades into the ground to leave an open heart. If you've just got your leg up there, ooh, what a great way to work on core strength and hip flexor strength. You can stay here, pivot your right toes outwards, gently begin to open your leg out. Scoot your right butt cheek underneath you, flex through your heel, and I know a lot of you can kind of just sit into flexibility of this, but feel the strength, push your heel out. You could even bring your right hand gently under your right thigh. Inhale back to center, zip your legs back up. Exhale, bring your right heel down. Final poses here, friends. Just notice your low back soften. Figure 4 on the left side. Bring your left ankle to your right thigh. This one for me is always a little tighter. And actively press your ankle to your thigh to your ankle, and use that to energetically draw your left knee and thigh bone outwards. Maybe you take your left hand to your thigh and just begin to massage it open and forwards. Relax your sacrum down. Release your jaw. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale, extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Pause. Flex through your kneecap. Really use the front of your thigh for this straightening rather than the flexibility of your hamstrings. Kick your left heel up. Press your left thigh bone forward. You can stay, or if it's not too much in your shoulders or wrists, you can grip the back of your hamstring, but I'm going to leave it without so I can relax my arms. Stay here, pivot your left toes slightly outwards to externally rotate, and then take your left leg out. I'm going to have to move a little bit because we got a tight space here. Again, you can take your left hand under your left thigh, push your thigh into your leg into your hand, flex through your heel. Inhale, bring your left leg back up. Exhale, bend both of your knees and pause. You can bring your hands somewhere on your body, intentionally do that. And then windshield wiper your knees side to side, but take your time. So as you bring them to the right, notice you've got external rotation in your right thigh, internal rotation in your left. Inhale, point them back up. Exhale, pivot over to the left. So goal, yes, is to get fluid back into your low back, but also just to start to get the different openings of your hip, your thigh bones, before we find our rest. And then twist to the left. If you've got any low back sensitivity, push down through your heels to lift your hips up. Bring your hips to the right. Your hips don't have to immediately be stacked. Sometimes I like my knees a little further apart. Relax. Again, traditional variation, you could stack knees and then stack your hips. For me today, knees wide feels really tasty. Slow your breath. And it's said that in the Yoga Sutras that our yoga practice should be one that's steady and easeful. So strong and smooth. And it's funny because a lot of the times we're told in our life that we can only be one thing or the other. And that's hard when we injure ourselves or when we lose mobility. Inhale, point your knees back up, lift your hips if you need to. Exhale, flop your knees to the right. You may need to bring your hips over to the left and flop your knees out. Because we're told that we have to either be strong or we have to be soft, and that we can't be both of them. And most of the time that's what brings us into injury or pain. So knowing that we can be more than one thing at the same time, our yoga practice teaches that, the importance of our strength, but also our flexibility and grace, so that we can heal, so that we can also be strong even when we're healing, and kind to ourselves. Inhale, point both of your knees up. Use your core to bring your knees into your chest, right? Rather than using your arms, hug your knees in with your core and your hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale, final rest, Shavasana. Lift your hips up, walk your legs out. Extend one or both arms to your sides if you can, or you can leave them on your body. We'll be here for a few moments of stillness and silence with ourselves. I'll let you know, I'll give you the halfway point, let you know we're still here. And of course, if this is too much for your low back, you can keep your knees bent or knees together. If your mind starts to come in, you can distract it with the simple mantra of inhale, I'm breathing in. Exhale, I'm breathing out. We're still here together, softening, strengthening. Relax your right ankle. Relax your left ankle. Heavy your right knee. Heavy your left knee. Relax your right hip and glute. Relax your left hip and glute. Relax your right ribs, your left ribs, your right shoulder, your left shoulder. Ground down your right elbow, wrist, fingers. Left elbow, wrist, and fingers. Soften the right side of your neck, the left side of your neck, the right side of your jaw, the left side of your jaw. Let it fall from the roof of your mouth. Your right ear, your left ear. Relax your right eye socket, your left eye socket. And let your skull surrender and soften to the ground. If you found a delicious and sweet spot to stay, I always invite you to stay. If it's time to move on, just bring little movements to your digits, your head. Bring movement and awareness back into your body. Come on to a side gently that you can and push yourself up to a seat. Stack your shoulders over your hips and relax your palms up to gather energy or down to ground. Lean back slightly as you tilt your pelvis forward to sit up tall and strong. And graceful. Notice your breath rise up and down your spine as it brings you closer to home, closer to you. If you can, invite your palms together, bend your chin slightly in reverence to meeting yourself where you're at. The light, the love, and the adaptable being in me bows to that within myself, you, and all beings. Thank you so much. for being here and committing to a practice that will nourish and nurture your body. We got strong, we got easeful. I hope you're feeling both of those coins even in challenging moments with your body. I hope you enjoyed the sequence, and this was a really fun, creative way for me to accept and acknowledge my body where it is. So I hope you were able to do the same. As always, let me know what you would like to experience in your body. If you enjoyed this, what do you want to work on that we can adapt for our arms and shoulders? Would love to hear from you all. Be kind to yourself, to your body. It is the only one you have in this lifetime, and it deserves it. So thank you so much. Stay safe and be well. I hope to see you on your mat very soon. Thank you. And Marcel's still sleeping. That hasn't happened. Thank you, everyone.